Yeah, again, I think the positive and the thing to build on is the response of really, I mean, a really bad first quarter for us, and how hard that is to, keep it together, get it together, and come back and really compete. So no question, I think that's the positive and what we build on. We got to start games looking really confident. And ready to execute, and we got to do a better job as a staff, and making sure they are ready to go. And it's on all of us, when someone jumps on you, like they did. We knew they have great players that are going to make big plays, but it poured all in at once, and then we compounded it by getting really sped up on the offensive end and just rattled. I mean, you're around them every day, so you see the looks on their faces at times, and that's not the person you see every day. So we got to learn from it. It's a long season, a lot of opportunities. Important thing is that we continue to grow and get better every day.
It's hard to say you guys got back into the game, but you got in the swing of the game in the second quarter on. Was that mainly due to the rebounding you guys were able to control?
I think we got some stops. We started guarding a little bit better. We stopped turning it over. I mean, we were really turning it over to start the game, and they were converting, at a really high clip on turnovers. So I think, one, we started guarding better. We got more defensive stops, which led to rebound, outlet, run, and then, better offense at the other end.
When you guys were down by 30 at the end of the first, your bench was still engaged. Your girls were still engaged with each other in the game. There was not a look at all with them of, this is over. Let's just get through it. They were fighting through that. Obviously that's a culture thing, but is it nice to see that from where a few years ago that wasn't necessarily true?
Absolutely. I think it's just critical. It's critical that there's always that character, that fight, that togetherness and that response. I mean, that's athletics. You're going to, you may have a bad outing. You may get punched in the mouth. You've got to respond. And really, really proud of that, because that, like I mentioned, is difficult.
Jada fouled out with about a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Is that just a situation where she's going to have to learn to play better defense without fouling, or were you trying to show her what she needs to do there?
No, I mean, I took her out, and I got to go back in with her. I mean, she's a really good player, and she's effective when she's in. And no question, she has to learn to play with fouls, and she has to learn to play without fouling.
Candy, after the last game, you mentioned the strategy of starting Brittany on the bench. This type of result from her with these stats, is that what you were kind of going for with that?
I think I mentioned last game, I feel like sometimes when Brittany starts, her adrenaline, she's really fatigued quickly, and I think it was her adrenaline at times, and she's been really good coming off the bench, and so I stuck with that. Tonight I didn't think she was as good when she first came in. I think it was because she was feeding off of the energy of our team that was just a little bit in not composed. But as the game went on, she got better, she got stronger. She was much more impactful, and she's a sophomore, so she's going to keep getting better. But she's got to be ready to go in big games, and she will be.
I just think we didn't do as well on offense. Like, we knew they were a good offensive team, and so defense, they're going to make good shots against us, but I just don't think we translated well on offensive end.
And was it the looking up at the score and seeing how all that happened and that flipped the switch at that point?
Yeah, it probably was. I mean, we were kind of like shooting quick shots, and we weren't taking normal shots, and we just kind of looked a little more paranoid than we were usually composed and confident, and so I think that was a big part of it.
What was the biggest adjustment you guys made at that point, other than just getting back to playing defense like you had been all year?
I just think we had to click on our confidence again. We knew what we were capable of, and so that was really it.
You guys led in rebounds and going up against a player like Inrail Howard, who is so dominant. What are the challenges of just being able to do that, and how impressed are you guys just to be able to lead them in that category?
Oh, I'm super impressed. We worked really hard on it over this past week, and so it's really nice to see that translate over to the game.
How awesome is it for not only you, but Lindsay Wilby to kind of come off the bench and make those big adjustments for your team and give you guys some momentum?
Oh, yeah, Lindsay did awesome. She brought us a ton of momentum and a ton of fire and just really got us started going again.
And what do you feel like some of those younger players like Lindsay and Angel, what do you feel like you saw from them being able to, go up against a team like Texas A&M, who's they've never seen talent like that before?
I just thought they rose to the occasion. I thought they did great, and they didn't let it go to their heads that these are like veteran players and stuff like that, and they just rose to the occasion. It was good.
You had 12 and 7 rebounds and the 4 block shots. It just seems like the game is coming more and more to you, and you're playing kind of more within yourself and growing. Are you feeling that confidence too now, 4 games or 5 games into the season?
Yes, I just think I need to get it started earlier in the game. So.